should be a thing to follow him there that he keeps double checking to make sure he is in fact ready to go. Yeah, I'm gonna update that for you guys. We'll get going in just a moment.
Alright, it looks like we're off. So the first level is actually a very important level, so pay close attention. There's probably 3 things that you really want to look for. First of all, he chooses Toad, because Toad is the man. Second of all, there's going to be a double jump near the middle of the level. And then the third thing is kind of the most amazing, where he's going to do a ladder glitch to skip right into Birdo's room. So you see he's choosing Toad, and the reason is because Toad runs faster than all the other enemies, or all the other characters, when he's carrying an enemy or certain heavy objects. We saw the double jump, and now he's going for the ladder glitch, which the key here is you take damage from the Shy Guy, so you're invulnerable, and then you throw the Shy Guy on top of you, so he lands on you while you're invulnerable, and he pushes you down below the ladder, which actually pushes you into the next screen to fight Birdo. It's a huge time save. It's a really awesome trick to do, and as you can see, he's taken out Birdo now, and that's a great start. Yeah, it looks like we have a little bit of a skipping here, but I think we'll get the stream cleared up. But now we have 1-2, and we're going to see him use Toad again, and here comes the carpet glitch, where you pick up the guy on the first carpet, you throw him off, and then you jump on the second carpet, and you get full running speed on the carpet. Normally this carpet will not last long enough to get you up to this mountain here, but with the carpet trick you can get over there as quick as possible, and you can get a Birdo for the earliest cycle here. There's a couple other ways you can do this level. I know there's a Luigi strat, which is a little bit slower, and then there's a veggie glitch that you can do with Toad, but the carpet glitch can get you there really fast. You see Iluvmario is just cruising through the run already. One thing to note about Birdo is he actually shoots his eggs every 4.3 seconds. The whole game is on a global timer. There's really no RNG whatsoever. So as long as you get to a certain enemy at a certain time, they're always going to do the same thing. And with Birdo, you always want to get to Birdo at his earliest egg cycle, because once you catch his egg and hit him, you have to wait another 4.3 seconds to hit him again, so you want to get there as early as possible. 1-3 is pretty straightforward. Grab the warp, go down there, and we're in 4-1 already. At the beginning of 4-1, you see Iluvmario did a jump there, and that's because you can get full running speed at the beginning of the level if you jump, but if you just try to run forward, you kind of get stuck on the ice a little bit, so that speeds you up. So we have the ice physics here, World 4, everybody's favorite. Worlds 1-3 through 4-2 aren't too bad, unless you're really going for the tightest strats, and Iluvmario goes for pretty much all the hardest strats, so there's going to be some pretty tight jumps and some good optimizations here, but overall these levels aren't too bad. You see again, he picks up the Shy Guy, and he's cruising through the level at top speed. You actually go 1.2 times faster than normal speed when Toad has the enemy in his hand, and it also works if you have mushroom blocks or keys. So now we're going to go to 4-2, and this level's pretty awesome. There's some cool dodging in the first section, and the section has the whales, where you have to kind of jump over the whales, so we're going to see Iluvmario do some tight jumps here, pick up the first enemy possible, and he's going to fly through this level as well. One thing you noticed when he climbed up the vine at the beginning of this level, he kind of did a vine jump, where instead of just climbing the vine, which is a little bit slower, you can actually jump up there. And it's a 3-frame window to get that jump with Toad, so it's pretty tight, but those vine jumps save you a lot of time, and you'll see that later throughout the game. He's going to do that a lot with Luigi in 7-1, and it's a little bit easier with Luigi. It's a 4-frame window, but with Toad they can be pretty tight. So now 6-1 is where the game really gets difficult. 6-1's an incredibly tight platforming level. That first snake that you have to jump on, very, very difficult to get up there, but he's kind of flying through this right now, as you can see. A lot of really tight jumps here. He picks up the stake, and it's really important to avoid taking damage this level because it gets much, much tougher if you're small. The Birdo fight can be very difficult, but it looks like ILM is doing a really great job here. Doing the digging section. This is a very interesting section because you can actually optimize this very well. And it's actually better not to mash the dig button. You actually want to have timing and do it with a rhythm to dig as fast as possible. And I could never figure it out myself, so I would always kind of just mash the button. But if you really watch the videos side by side and you watch somebody like Iluvmario who does an amazing rhythm there, you can see the time they save, and it is significant. Now 6-2 coming up, this is another level that you really just want to watch and enjoy it because it's an amazing level to see. And the strats that Iluvmario does in this level are pretty insane. So there's kind of a safer strat that you can do, and it's pretty tough though. But what Iluvmario tries to do is to double jump at the beginning, so you don't really slow down at all. You do a tiny turn back. It's actually about 2 seconds faster than the slower safe strat that I would do. You saw he had a little bit of trouble there, but you can see the backup strats he's able to get right through there. Again, being small makes it pretty dangerous, because typically Iluvmario goes through some really dangerous Birdo strats as well. That's another one of the big optimizations that he's pushed in this game, is really just finding the quickest ways to kill Birdo and pick up that orb or crystal at the end of the level, because there's significant time that can be saved in those fights. I would normally do a pretty slow, safe Birdo fight on 6-2, but Iluvmario's come up with some pretty good ones, and unfortunately there he was small, so he couldn't show it off, but we'll see some more coming up in this level. And here comes the potion jump in 6-3. This is a pretty tight trick, but it's really cool, and anybody can do it if you play with it enough. You pretty much want to just throw the potion up against the wall and then have Luigi jump off it. And you can actually clear that wall instead of the intended route is really to go under the sand section, which is a lot slower. The Birdo fight that Iluvmario does is pretty amazing. He does a double hit at the very beginning, and then he jumps into him to take damage to kill him a third time and then pick up the crystal or the orb all in one motion. Very, very fast, and it's actually really difficult to even get in position to do that kill, because you have to get to that Birdo fight by a certain frame. So that was an amazing 6-3 right there, and Iluvmario is really cruising through this level. 7-1 is another tough level, a lot of tight jumps, and then you're going to see some of those vines that I talked about, and it's a lot easier to do the vine jumps with Luigi, but it's still a very difficult level, and you're going to see Iluvmario kind of do this with amazing precision, whereas in some cases you'll kind of slow down or you'll avoid it, you'll have to dodge some of the enemies. Iluvmario has this really figured out perfectly, so we're going to see if he can get those really great vine jumps. And then again, you'll notice the Birdo fight, if you kind of pay attention to what he's going to go for, it's a really interesting strategy, because there's many different ways you can kill the Birdos, but Iluvmario kind of has figured out the fastest ways, and it really does save a good amount of time over the course of a run, and that's why he's able to have such a great PB in this game. So he did a great job with those ladder climbs, or vine climbs, whatever you want to call them. He got right through there, and unfortunately he kind of got trolled by Birdo here. Sometimes what will happen is if you kind of pick up the mushroom block to throw it while you're inside Birdo's sprite, he won't take damage, even though you can clearly see he's throwing it right through Birdo. And unfortunately that's what happened there, but still a good fight, and he's on an amazing pace right now. So 7-2, very difficult, very technical level, and it's another one that goes back to that global timer, because you have to get to Wart on a certain pace in order to get his earliest possible cycle. And Iluvmario doing a great job here. You can see the chain jumps, which are similar to the vine jumps or ladder jumps, and he hits these to kind of speed up the level. You can see the one there where he's kind of climbing and jumping on top of the level, and he's going to run over a whole big section of 7-2, and this skips over the majority of the stage. It's an awesome trick that he's doing, and you can kind of see here with the Birdo, what he wants to do is kind of wait for a certain pattern, because ideally when you get to Wart, you get him on the right cycle. And if you play the level pretty much perfectly, you'll get to him for the earliest cycle, and it's great. But if you even make a small mistake here or there, you can kind of get to him in a bad cycle. So by slowing down on that Birdo, you can line back up the cycle and make sure you get the right fight. Because if you go there on a bad cycle, it can take a lot longer. But as you'll see with Iluvmario in this Wart fight, he's going to get there where he can catch the veggie and hit Wart, and he's going to get the typical cycle that's going to allow him to kill him in 6 quick hits here. Really, this fight, it's predetermined. The veggies are always going to come out in the same pattern, so you kind of know where they're going for, but it's still very difficult to kill him perfectly. You want to kill him in 6 hits, and the first hit and the 5th hit are very tough. And you see Iluvmario just crush that fight. Really great time right here. A few small slip-ups here or there, but it's just an amazing time to pull off that kind of run in a live marathon. And there it is. Yeah, awesome run by Iluvmario. Can't see the final time here, but it looks like it's a sub-9, which is pretty insane. I mean, a sub-9 as a PB in this game is very, very difficult to get. Really, the goal you kind of look for is maybe a sub-10, and that takes a while to get, and then you kind of grind it down from there. But to get an 8:59 in a marathon setting is quite amazing. And as you can see from the run, there's just a lot of really cool tricks throughout the run, a lot of tough things, but what makes the speedrun really challenging are the small optimizations that you can do throughout the run, and Iluvmario is really great at those.
blinked. Is it over? I think it's over.
Well, Mario's asleep, so I think the job got done.
Dang, I love Mario. So consistent.
It's just amazing when you kind of see him play through these levels and you see a mistake here or there, but what he does that kind of makes him stand out is he'll do pretty much every level perfectly. If he makes a mistake, it's one small mistake in a level, but every other level is just absolutely perfect. And like I'm saying, it's very tough to do that. When I play a level perfectly, it's probably a second or two behind what a real perfect level is that he would do. So to kind of have every level like that, it's pretty impressive to see. And there are a few slip-ups here or there, but a sub-9 in a marathon run, it's just insane.
He really is something else. He's one of those, like, so there's runners that, like, everyone has their favorites in the speedrun community. But the one thing that's, like, universal is those people who are just so good. The people like the Exos, the Ohans. I rank I Love Mario up there with those people who just have that special something that comes through, mostly with that incredible consistency and the just like you said, the half seconds, little frames everywhere. I'm going robot. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, but an amazing run. And I guess Mario 3, another game he's really great at. I know we have, I think Karu's going to join us, who's an expert at this game. So I guess I'll go ahead and drop off to let us keep rolling. But thanks for having me on, guys. I got a couple games coming up, but I think I Love Mario's got even more after that. So this is really the I Love Mario block. I'll be kind of guest starring, but keep an eye on this Mario 3 run. It's going to be great.
All right. Thank you